Hi, I will be with you in 1 second, 1 minute. I am going to give the chat a moment to for people to fit into the chat. So I think everything is a go. Seems like somebody was trying to call me. Put this on vibrate. Hi, this is me, Lou. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. And before I go any further, I want to thank the chat managers for your help. I really appreciate it. And I want to apologize for yesterday, and I will explain to you why sometimes, because I'm used to using this app. And when you use something different, you get to stay. There is a button on the top right hand of the screen. And this application, you only need to pay attention to it when I'm done. I just tap end screen, but everything goes automatically on once I enable my video, as opposed to the application that I was using yesterday. Oh my God, so many steps. You create the chat, and it asks you if you want YouTube or Facebook. Well, of course, YouTube. And then after that, it lets you into an environment where you can post yourself into the because there's a chat area, there's a video area. Okay, you put yourself in there, and then you can invite your guest. And then after that, you have to enable whether you are on or not. That my pet peeve with all those video applications, and it's very easy to do. You can have a button. If you are, whether you are live or not, it will tell you by changing colors. Whatever you choose, red, blue, green, and it keeps flashing. That thing does not flash. It's static. So sometimes, like yesterday, I was talking to Linda when she came on, and I thought you guys could see me, because in this one, once I turn on the video, you could see me. The other one, I can see you chat. I can chat with you, but that doesn't mean I'm live. So that was the problem. That's the problem with the other thing. I made a suggestion to them to fix that button, instead of it sitting there and looking at me. And even if I look at it, it doesn't mean anything, because I'm busy talking and reading. So I apologize for yesterday. That's why every once in a while these things happen. And please, next time, if I'm still using that same application I used yesterday to collaborate with anyone, just put it on the screen or call me. I appreciate the person who called me yesterday. Thank you very much. I didn't catch the name, but it was kind of embarrassing. I just forgot to go live, but it's because you have to go through all those steps and you forgot the last one. Well, I do. All right. So that's what happened yesterday. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you liked the video. And what's the main challenge? Well, it seems like I'm not quite sure if we mentioned it yesterday, but Biden is, this administration is very concerned about how they are going to be able to get the virus under control. I feel they will be able to, and I also feel he is making the right decisions and taking the right steps by enabling, I forget the name, something act, where you put the full force of the federal government behind anything, as if we are at war. Well, we are at war. So with the virus, for some reason I'm getting May. Okay. So we're going to see a difference on everything all the steps and decisions that Biden and his administration are making right now, between now and May, but possibly around May, we're going to see a difference, meaning we will see a decline in cases because people are going to basically listen, wear masks, protect ourselves, follow the guideline. That's what I mean. And also, I feel they will be able to, by that time, the word I'm hearing is cruising when it comes to vaccinating people. I feel all those things will fall into place. So don't be afraid. Yes, I know there is a new, unfortunately, yes, it's a more virulent variation of the virus. But you know something, yes, it's going to get a little worse, but I feel things are going to get better. So let's hang in there, folks. We're almost there, as Biden would say. So don't get discouraged. Let's continue to protect ourselves. Things will get better. We will succeed. But I feel between now and May, it's closer to May. So let's hope and pray. And there are two things I want to mention before I go any further because they are flashing on my mind right now, and I'm not giving them priority. The young lady Amanda Gorman, she did an amazing job, and I mentioned that yesterday before I turned this thing on, but I am late in acknowledging her. But you know something? I don't know much about poetry. I hope I mentioned it. Yes, I think I mentioned it yesterday. So that's why I didn't mention her the day before. Yes, she made an impression. Oh my God, 22 years old. Can you imagine? And some people mention one of my favorite poets, but I think I mentioned her yesterday. And the other person I wanted to mention is the policeman. During the insurrection a couple of weeks ago, and I am pulling his name right now. I should remember his name, but when you're reading, sometimes, well, at least me, I can't remember names unless it's right at the top of my head. So I feel this gentleman, his actions a couple of weeks ago, obviously, there are a lot of doors that are going to be opening for him. And you know, for some reason, when I looked at not that day, I saw his picture when he was in the military. He was in the airborne. He was in Iraq. He's a veteran. I keep thinking about his bravery among all the qualifications that he has. He could do better. I feel this time around he's going to get the recognition that he deserves, because a lot of minorities, you know, they end up in a very bad situation, unfortunately. But I feel for some reason Mr. Goodman, Eugene Goodman, is going to do well. Thank God that, you know, he's going to get the recognition I feel he deserves for fighting, not only being a vet, he fought in Iraq, but I feel that a lot of doors are going to open for him. So I wanted to mention these two people. I meant to, but I get a bit distracted sometimes. And someone is asking about Melania. Oh my God, I scroll down. You know what, guys? The Trumps are not doing very well. They are not. Since somebody mentioned Melania, I have to scroll up and try to find out what the person was saying. I feel like saying depression is setting in among the kids, Ivanka, Kushner. You know, the thing is, they thought they could basically do a hostile takeover of America. I've said that before, okay? And they can't understand basically we did not believe the lies that their father was putting out there. They can't understand why they were not able to pull the rugs over our eyes. But what I'm being told is if they were to look at how the Biden administration, his approach to governing, only the past couple of days, they would see a marking difference. A major difference between their style, which is ignorant and they didn't know what they were doing, and they were not smart enough to get the right people in place to help them. They would have done it a lot better, but thank God they didn't, because Trump's goal was to remain in power. Trump is not doing very well. I know because I'm tracking him as well. When I touch with Ivanka, I get depression. So the volume is, she's popping some volumes. Well, I don't know if it's volume, but that's what I'm familiar the most with. People with money and they go to the doctors, they get a Valium or something like that. But some kind of pill. And Trump is doing what he usually does. I know he was golfing yesterday. I saw it because I don't mind watching him. I want to track what he's up to. He too. I've mentioned before that Republicans, the only way they are able to take power and stay in power is by cheating. And somebody mentioned that in the news media, and it resonates with me. They said Trump can't believe, he wasn't able to pull this off because he did everything to cheat and still fail. And that's what's killing him. And that's why also he feels somebody cheated him. First of all, he's a thief. Number two, he thought he was really good at it. It didn't work. Unfortunately for them, they don't understand. Supposedly they are Americans, and they don't understand how things work. Our government work, basic functions of government. How I don't know how these people, besides being stupid, they allowed themselves to think they were going to get away with that mediocre plan they put together. So the only person I feel like saying who was happy leaving the White House is Melania, because she knew she was over her head. She should not be there. She knows how Trump got there. She knows Trump very well. He's a cheat, a thief, a con man. She knows. So every day she was there, intuitively I'm being shown that she was never happy, because it was like, when something is wrong, you keep looking, over your shoulders. That's what she was doing. But now she feels relieved. At least when Trump gets, because trouble is coming, legal trouble, she doesn't have to be embarrassed and get kicked out of the White House and be humiliated. Yes, she will still be humiliated, but at least she can go hide somewhere. She won't have an escort, people walking her out of the White House. That's how I am getting it from her, guys. The most painful thing, it feels like to me, to Melania, was to be walked out of the White House because they found out what Trump has been up to. So now that's why, when she was that muumuu, flowery Gucci muumuu, I'm told it is. I guessed that right. When I saw it, that's who I thought, Gucci. That's why she looked so relieved. She was happy. Well, the other thing, as I'm saying this, in some ways, she wished that she could have been more relaxed and enjoy the position. They loved the way they were treated, by the way, and the perks, of course. But what's killing the Trumps now, Melania is happy. She's the only one who's happy. She's out of there. Okay, because she knew she was over her head. But the others, it feels like to me, they are terrified of what they know is coming because they know what they have done. And there is no way they can stop it. And also, they are beginning to realize they've burned all their bridges. People are going to come after them, and it's not only the government and New York State and all the different places. A lot of people are going to turn on them. And the other person I feel as I'm speaking to you is Giuliani. I believe I said that before, but for some reason, if Giuliani, well, he has kids, maybe they will help him. But there's potential for Giuliani to become destitute, meaning penniless. I don't wish that kind of ill on anyone. But this guy, some of the things that he has done over the past few years, even before the way he treated black people when he was mayor of New York City, but the way where he wanted to take this country, the way he was enabling Trump, he didn't care. All he cared was about himself, how much money he was going to be able to make, how much power, being able to walk into the White House any day, anytime he wanted to, and have people, the way they salute him and stuff like that, the respect. Yeah, all these people, that's why they didn't care where they took the country, like I mentioned in one of my videos. They were all too willing. But Giuliani have some pretty nasty things waiting for him. And as I'm saying this, I saw Schumer's name. Somebody mentioned Schumer's name. I don't remember who that was because the screen scrolled really fast by me. I feel Schumer is going to find a way to... okay, let me backtrack. Right now, the way the Senate is, McConnell is trying to have his way. And if him and Schumer do not come to an understanding on how to go and rule the Senate, it's going to default to the same way it was before, meaning, yes, Schumer is majority leader, but everything else stay the same. All the heads of departments and the like, they don't change. But I feel like saying McConnell will lose. I don't know, since I don't know how this works, but Schumer will get the upper hand. It may take a little while. In the meantime, McConnell is enjoying the other Republican leaders who are still in place. So, but don't lose hope. That's going to change. Okay. And, for some reason, as I'm talking to you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Don Jr. makes some news. And no, it's not positive. It's not good news. Because these people, they are very angry. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. But there's something that's not very good that's going to involve Don Jr. That's coming. Now, Harley and Ted Cruz, I mentioned that before, but it seems like some people are still wondering about them. I feel there are some legal challenges for them. And I believe I said that yesterday. It's a matter of time before Harley, I feel, leaves the Senate. Yes, the other Republicans don't care. Okay, if they want to keep him If it means keeping him in order for them to keep the majority, they'll do it. But somewhere, somehow, I don't feel the shenanigans is going to work this time. Okay. I will answer some questions. Okay. Oh my God. Mary H says Dave Chappelle test positive for COVID. Keep our fingers crossed because I heard this morning Hank Aaron has crossed over. He was 86, I believe. So hopefully Dave Chappelle will come through. I feel he's gonna be okay though, because for some reason as I'm reading that and I'm seeing him walking. So let's keep our fingers crossed. I'm not seeing him laying down. Let's see. Travel says you have to remember his job. I guess you're talking about Giuliani. Was Trump to ruin the country for Putin, and any money he got on the side was what he got. That was his goal to destroy you. Yeah, basically, that was Trump's goal, because he looked up so much to the Putins of this world. He didn't care. It was all money, power, and there's something he wanted. The Trump brand and name never to leave the stage. So that was part of it as well. Thank you very much, Maxine Ladouceur, for your generosity. I appreciate it. And Maxine says, thank you, Milou, for keeping us sane over the last 3 years. You are very welcome. My pleasure. Okay. Chat Wadsworth is asking, Don drug use? I feel he does. I'm not quite sure what he takes, but Don Jr. does something. SG, thank you very much for your generosity. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I will. SG says, keep it up. I definitely will. Absolutely. Okay. I am looking for that question. Oh, God. Okay, Lisa Anderson is asking, when will Letitia James serve Trump with papers? As you guys know, I'm really bad with time frame. But for some reason, and I believe we touched on this yesterday, I would not be surprised if Trump hasn't gotten papers from Letitia James. By the way, he's got a bunch of lawyers that are quitting on him, guys. I read about it last evening. His lawyers in New York City, banks are closing his account, by the way. So, yeah. But I would be surprised because somebody told me yesterday, I don't remember if it was Linda who told me they don't have to go to his house or see him to serve him papers. They will drop them off at his lawyer's office. If Letitia James or Cy Vance haven't subpoenaed Trump, I don't feel it's going to take very long. Because for the past couple of weeks, since, I knew Letitia James was waiting for him to get out of office. I mean, it's on the news. But for the past couple of weeks, for some reason, I feel like she was going to serve him the minute he walked out of the White House. So if she hasn't, she will. Because I can confuse time. If an event is close or just happened, I can confuse with it's going to happen soon or it's happening now. That's the way it works for me. So if he hasn't been served recently, he's going to be served soon. Okay. Joseph Duma is asking, will the Democrats be successful with the impeachment proceedings? I feel like saying yes. Although this morning I read that some Republicans are backing off, but the presentation, the way this thing is going to be presented, that's what's going to nail Trump. And Republicans are going to have to put their name down saying that, yes, from what I know, well, we don't know. Intuitively, what I feel, I'm being told as I was about to say this, they think there are 70 million Americans out there who wants Trump to, who would agree with the Senate allowing Trump to get away with what happened on January 6th. I don't feel it's true. A lot of people, even those who voted for him, if it is proven, which I feel the managers will do, well, it doesn't take a genius to know that, to see it's obvious, it's black and white. It's only a matter of how they present it. They don't piss off some of those 70 million and change people who voted for him, because that's what Republicans are looking at, they're eyeing in order for them to make their decisions. I feel Democrats are going to do it in a way so that they're gonna pull out a win. That's the way I'm getting it. So I'll let you guys, if I see anything different, I'll let you guys know. But I don't see how Trump is going to get away with this. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see. Beverly G. Grievous. Okay. Beverly is asking the Capitol riot, what was the Russian Chinese AL on the ground? I did not know they were on the ground. Financial planning, etc. Will we find out? Oh, yes. There is a major investigation right now. I heard it's going, or they're about to start it. And also there is some kind of money transfer that took place in Bitcoin. Yeah, there is money. There is another force behind what happened last week. And yes, the Russians were involved as well, because they wanted Trump to remain in power. Okay? So there is a lot more we're going to find out. What we know right now, and I've been saying this for a long time, it's only the tip of the iceberg. What's to come out? So the Trump family, I can understand why they are fretting and they're going into depression and everything else. They need meds. Thank you very much, Felisa G, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. So yeah, it's going to be very entertaining and very shocking how these people thought they were going to be able to pull this off. So we haven't seen anything. Okay. I'm looking for... Angela Figueira says, Milo, your speaker is very low. I can't hear you. The mic is right next to my mouth. Let's see. I don't have a volume, Angeli, to raise the, well, I raised again on the mic last week, so please check the volume on your device, okay, Angeli? Maybe that would help, because I'm right next to the mic. Okay. Shirley Boucard is asking Milo, is the FBI going to raid Donald Trump, Rudy G, and Jared Ivanka's homes? I don't feel they have to. because, well, the FBI doesn't have to go there anymore. That's why I am not seeing the FBI going there. If that changes, I'll let you guys know. Because all the documents, everything that's necessary for them to get, believe it or not, they've gotten a lot of it already. Okay? So I am not seeing that. What I feel is going to happen is when they are ready to either arrest Trump. No, they're not going to make him do a perp walk like the usual criminal. But chances are they're going to go to, like Linda said yesterday, they will go to his lawyer's office somehow. They ask him to surrender to the police or to SDNY or something. Okay. But no, I don't feel it's going to be necessary to go search his house because he was living in the White House for the past 4 years. And what they are looking for, they already have most of it, all the documents. So his taxes has not been released. But from what I understand, Cy Vance has his taxes. Okay. Tracy Roy is asking, does Trump still have a lawyer? I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. He just hired somebody yesterday. He finally found somebody. So, but everyone who worked for Trump are bailing out on him. Even his banks. Where there is a bank, he had about $5 million or something like that in the bank. They closed the account. They sent him, I don't know if they sent him a check or they didn't say. Cheryl aka Chai Star is asking, what is going on with Fox News? Well, Fox News is trying to reposition itself to compete with OAN and Newsmax and those companies. So, but they're going to have to change. There is nothing good coming for Fox or OAN or any of those companies. It's not good news at all. Thank you very much, Mojo, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Mojo is asking, what do I see happening with Fox News? Yeah, they're going to have to change their format. I feel the FCC is going to go after them. And a lot of, those companies are putting this country in danger. And they were enablers of because of their lies. That's why January 6th happened. And that's what I feel, the FCC or some kind of government entity, when they go after them, that's what they're going to use to either shut down those places or they're going to have to change. I don't know exactly. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how it works, but I don't feel those conservative outlets are going to be able to sustain what they are doing. And also, they're going to take on the Josh Hawleys of this world. There's going to be a major cleanup coming, guys, in the Republican Party. They're fighting among themselves already. It's really bad. We haven't, we don't know much of it, okay? But we will find out. There will be a purge, meaning some of them are going to run for office. They're going to be primaried, and Democrats are going to take their seats as well. Everyone who took part or enabled the insurrection will pay a price. Obviously, as we noticed, the FBI is not playing. The authorities are even following up on everyone who took part in storming the Capitol. So, like I predicted before, if they don't send you to jail, you're going to pay a fine, and it's going to be a stiff fine. Thank you very much, Deborah Webb, for your generosity. I really appreciate it. Deborah Webb says, Deborah says, Milu, you are quite the cool guy. Always know that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Okay. All right, friends. Let's see. I'll answer one more question. Oh, okay. Susie Q just answered the questions, guys. I couldn't remember his name, but Susie Q got the name. Trump new lawyer, Mr. Bowers, is well known in the insular world of South Carolina politics. Really? Where he represented two former governors, Mark Sanford and Nikki Haley. Oh, okay. Yeah, I believe that's the person. The name sounds familiar because I read it yesterday afternoon. Yes, that sounds right. Okay. M. Monroe is saying Milu Pompeo is being obnoxious. Will he be forced to change his attitude soon? No. Well, you know, there is another guy who thinks he can pick up where Trump left off, and he's going to be arrogant. You can't. These people, that's the way they are. That's the way they've always been. He's going to disappear, and nobody's going to pay him any attention, and he's going to have to find some way, somehow, a job as a lobbyist somewhere, or do something in the Republican Party and behind the scenes. These guys are done. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, he's going to have some legal issues. He's done some dumb things while he was Secretary of State. It's going to come back to bite. Okay? All right. Oh, I assume John Friend is talking about the lawyer that was in the, not the State Department, DOD, or the Pentagon. Yeah, that guy, Ellis, I believe somebody, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing somebody, I remember I'm being shown someone posted his name on the chat. I'm seeing Ellis. So, yeah. I said that before. I didn't see how this gentleman was going to be able to keep that position. It's impossible, unless, they would demote him and make him janitor of the building. That's the only way he would continue serving. All right, guys. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. If you have questions, please leave them in the comment. I will try to answer as many as I possibly can. Tomorrow is Saturday, so you get to ask questions, and personal or political. If you would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or you can send me an email. We can negotiate when it's good for you, psychicmilu@aol.com. Please, if you like the channel, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Tomorrow is Saturday, right? I believe. Let's see. Oh, I have to make sure here for a second. Yes, tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till then, bye.